Okay, it's Future Gun 0311 here, and today I've got a video about packing. So I've got my SOG Ninja day pack here. It's got a semi-clamshell design, which means you can pack it sideways. I prefer to unpack it sideways, but I like to pack it straight, bottom to top, like the old school bucket backpacks like the Alice pack here. So what I'm going to do, this is all the shit that's going to go in the bag. What I'm going to do is put the Poncho Liner at the bottom. You have to pack this stuff in order of importance. Like if you have to get to it quickly, you don't want that at the bottom. However, you're probably not going to need your Poncho Liner in some quick time. It's usually something you get once you've set up camp. So I'm going to put that at the bottom like that. And yeah, I guess it could have been rolled up and shit a little bit better, but that's fine. These pack really small. Right now it looks like it's taking up a lot of space, but once I get the weight on it, it'll smash it down to the bottom of the pack real good. So once the Poncho Liner's in there, and I'm going to zip up the bag bit by bit as I go, just to keep all the stuff from tumbling out. So after the Poncho Liner, I'm going to put my skivvy rolls. This one has gray boot socks, this one has GI socks. So put one skivvy roll, the next skivvy roll, and then there's an internal mesh pocket right here, and to keep that from getting, covered up, once I get it a little bit more full, I'm going to pack that now too. And in that pocket I keep extra hand warmers to supplement the ones that go on the outside, baby wipes, and water purification source. Instead of using tablets, I just bring a life straw because it doesn't leave a weird taste, and a fixed blade knife. So those are all going to go in that internal pocket there. Once that's all in there and secured, zip that up. You can see it fits pretty snugly right against the skivvy rolls there. So we'll squeeze those down a little bit more. We're going to take warming layers, which I guess could be worn up there, but if you're not wearing them already, there's a pants and a shirt in case it gets cold while you're out there. You pack those right next to the skivvy rolls, smash everything down to keep it nice and compact. Alright, after that you're going to start grabbing your MREs. I've got 4 of them here. I'm going to pack them side by side in the pack, and then stack the other 2 on top of these ones. Pack those. At this point, I also want to take my tent stakes, and I prefer to keep them on the inside of the pack, also because they're yellow and that's a big flag if they're on the outside. One of them's bent, but still does the job, so put that on the side, make sure it's not stabbing anything. And you take 2 more, put those 2 on top of there, kind of center them, zip up the bag a little bit as you go, like I said. On this top pouch here, we're going to put our trail foods in there. So I've got some peanuts, a Hershey's bar, a Cliff bar, some granola bars, that sort of thing. I put that all in there, zip that up, pretty easy to get to. Don't want that way buried at the bottom. So after we've got that all in there, we want to make sure everything's nice and seated. Gonna take a microfiber towel. I guess that could have gone closer to the bottom, but it's not hurting anything being right here either. Then we're gonna grab the last couple items to top it off are the Spam duct tape, that pair of socks, and the tarp are going to be the last things to go in this pouch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Spam, I'm going to put it way back in the corner here, the duct tape, put it in the opposite corner. We're going to take the extra pair of socks there. Those are wool socks, by the way, better because they dry out, unlike cotton socks. Then we put the tarp at the very top for one specific reason, and that is because it will waterproof the rest of your stuff. If it starts raining down on your pack, it will waterproof everything else that's in there. Alright, so once you've got that, you take this external pocket, which I happen to keep my note-taking material in there. This supplements what's already on my rig, but that's just in there real quick. And then on the external pocket is where everything else is going to go. So at the very bottom of this, to help with waterproofing even further, I've got my fire starting stuff, I got a lighter, a bunch of different kinds of matches, dryer lint, magnesium block and striker, and trioxane fuel tablets. And that's all in a waterproof bag. And I stuff it at the bottom just to keep it out of the way and keep it more waterproofed. An emergency blanket and some camo face paint. I put those in this little divider here. Fit real good in there. Then these are the hand warmers, the other ones, and foot powder to keep your feet dry, And the hand warmers, obviously, just to keep your hands and feet warm. So those will go in there. Take the chem lights. There's a little slot right here for pens. You can put the chem lights in there pretty easily. Of course, a lot of the stuff that would need to be quicker access, I already have some on my rig. These are just backups and spares. So, and then in this pocket, I'm going to take my red bungee cords and get them in there. They're all rolled up. Probably going to come undone as I put them in there, though. All right, and we zip that up. Take our flare, put that in this little pouch. And if it doesn't want to go, I'll just put it in the bigger one. All right, there it goes. This is a little watch cap. It's made of like a kind of Under Armour material, and the benefit of having this over a regular knit watch cap is that it will fit under your helmet or under your boonie hat or whatever to keep you warm. But you can also wear this under the regular watch cap, and that'll keep you even warmer. So we're going to take the last item, which is the flashlight, put that in the side here, zip the whole thing up, and then anything that needs to be added on the outside, which since this bag is packed for 4 to 5 days, you probably need water to supplement your Camelback or whatnot. You'll see on my MTV here I've got my Camelback, but you'll probably need a little bit more water to supplement that. That's why we have canteens, and I'm not going to put on there, but for demonstrational purposes you just put one on each side like that to even out the weight. And something you also might want to consider bringing is your entrenching tool. I usually just throw that right there, or on the bottom here, but that's to, you know, dig in fighting positions and whatnot. And then one thing I really like about this pack is it has these cargo straps at the bottom here. What I usually do is I take my 2 remaining bungee cords, I run them through these little loops, and then I take my big heavy sleeping bag. I'm not sure which model this is, but it's just, I got it at Bass Pro Shops. Very warm bag. I think it's good to -20 or -30. Not super compact, but I mean, you just sling it under the bottom and it's not that big of a deal. So you can take that, put that there, string it up. You can take cami netting, really anything else that wouldn't fit on the outside or on the inside of the pack, and string that under the bottom with some bungee cord or 550 cord. So that's one thing I like about this pack over, say, my Ilby Assault pack, which is a great pack, but it doesn't have those straps there. Although one thing I don't like about this pack is that it doesn't have the waist belt like the Ilby does. So it puts a lot of the weight on your shoulders and back. And also the Ilby has almost no dividers or anything like that, so all your shit's kind of floating around in there. But that's how I would normally set up the pack. Given that it is January in Colorado, it's quite cold, so I would usually supplement that with the sleeping bag. And then if I were to go ahead and put the canteens and such on there, it makes it pretty heavy, but this pack's got good padding and it's pretty easy to carry over a long period of time, I've found. I think it's about 40 pounds all loaded down, but that's typically what I would carry in my pack.